every single time he pinched just a little centimeter or inch off of the world record every time. I mean, come on.
Oh, we're going to clip this now. The reason why all the Jamaicans went to Turkey is because of Mondo. So, Mondo, you gotta chill out, bro.
Welcome back, Trackside episode 13. Are you superstitious? Don't be, because we are still going to have a phenomenal, magical episode. Okay, before we got on air, we were talking about how slow, how flat the week in track and field has been. Actually, as soon as we said that, things blew up. So much drama. Aaron, can you get in here, please? We got drama to dissect. There he is. Where have you been? Okay, now, who said to say that this week was kind of boring? Because it's not. There's so much to go on. But first, I want to say we are about a month away from the World Championships. All I hear in my head is, you're going to be leaving me soon. But how are you feeling a month out?
Get your popcorn ready. It's the time of the year that we've been waiting for. Like Meek Mill said, ain't this what you've been waiting for on Dreams and Nightmares? This is what we've been looking forward to all season long. All the other stuff is nice, but this is what the main event is that we're looking forward to. The medals, the world titles, everything is on the line. No ducking. We got to line up in Tokyo. So I'm excited. I got the NACAC Championships coming up this weekend. Getting ready for that. We got some hot fire Diamond League races to look forward to. And then the crescendo of the season. The main event in Tokyo. I couldn't be more excited.
Let's do it. All I heard is he doesn't care about leaving me, but that's okay. That's okay. You still have me.
I'm gonna miss you too. But
okay, good.
I got a job to do.
This is true. It's go time. It's go time. I'm not gonna hold it against you. Okay, our show is jam packed. First of all, Jerome Blake is on our show. First Canadian national title. First time under 20 seconds over 200 meters. We also have our very first 100-meter hurdler on our show. What took us so long? Jamaica's Megan Tapper is here. But first, AB, we got to kind of talk about this really controversial news that just broke. The news about American sprinter Fred Kerley. The news broke on Tuesday this week that the AIU announced that the 2022 world champion, two-time Olympic 100-meter medalist, has been provisionally suspended for whereabouts failures. He didn't compete at the U.S. Outdoor Championships earlier this month. We didn't see him. But he announced through his lawyer that he plans on appealing the suspension. This all comes really after a tumultuous season for Kerley. He was arrested in the spring. He was tased by the police, misdemeanor battery charges. I mean, all the things, but AB, essentially what it boils down to is if this suspension sticks, we could not see him on the track for up to 2 whole years.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate. I like Fred as a person, and he's obviously a great talent. He has pulled out some great performances over the years, including his world championship win back in 2022. And he's always a guy that you can't count out. So, to have him out, it's a big blow to the sport. And I hate seeing news like this, especially over whereabouts, failures. We've had this in the past, and it's tough. As an athlete, I've been bound to the same rules, and I've been under the scrutiny of having to submit my whereabouts since I was 17 years old. And I've been doing it every year since, and it's not fun. It's annoying, and I could definitely see how people can forget, especially, like you said, he's been dealing with a lot this year, off the track stuff, and, track was probably on the back of his mind and just made a mistake and messed up. And I don't know the details, but I just hope that it turns around for him in the future, because like I said, I know Fred, he's a good dude, and I hope the best for him.
Yeah, it's really, really kind of nuts what's been going on with him, but you're a professional, this is part of your job, and it's an obligation. So there really aren't any excuses for it if you love your career and you love your reputation as well. Okay, I'm actually sick of this topic. AB, are you sick of this topic?
I am. I hate it. I like focusing on the on-track performances and not the drama off the track.
Yes, let's switch gears and let's talk about stuff that actually is happening on the track. The Continental Tour in Hungary happened on Tuesday, and it was Jamaica's Brian Levell who, to me, made the biggest statement. He ran a lifetime best in the 1969, which set a new meet record, and it's also the third fastest time this season, behind Tokyo medal threats Noah Lyles and Kenny Bednarek. And if that wasn't enough, maybe even more impressive to me, and I think you too, it was the third fastest time ever by a Jamaican at the distance. So I don't know, AB, to me, this man just literally threw his name in the ring as a legit medal threat in Tokyo.
Yeah, anytime you run 19.6, I mean, you're going to be considered a medal threat. The question remains is, can he produce that in the hot fire when he's with the other contenders who can run times like that? This was his first sub 10 legally of the season. Sorry, sub 20 of the season. And it's a big drop. So a lot of people are going to be skeptical. They're going to say, hey, wait, how did you go from, he ran 2025 at Prefontaine. I was in that race and he finished one spot ahead of me. I think he ran in a windy 19.7, so he did show the potential, but a 1969 is a whole new ballpark. And, he did run 982 as well. So he's having a historic season this season. And, we're going to see how he actually shakes out in Tokyo, and maybe before that, maybe he'll run in Brussels or another Diamond League before that, and maybe Zurich. But you definitely have to consider Brian Levell. He's definitely raised the level of his season. His ceiling level is a little higher now, and I'm gonna be looking forward to him, especially being the same event. Let's see what you got, man. But definitely an impressive performance, and shout out to him.
Can he do it in the hot fire? I like that. We need to put that on a t-shirt and send you to Tokyo with that. Can he do it? Can they do it in the hot fire? We shall soon see. Whatever.
All right, so I had my eyes on the women's 100 meters, which looked basically like the Jamaican trials all over again. We had Tina Clayton, Shericka Jackson, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce all running in this one. But the win came from veteran Marie Jose Talu Smith. Enough names to go there, but she pulled off the win, and she stormed to a win in 10:97 to take home the top spot, with the three Jamaicans finishing behind her, positions 2 through 4. So Perdita, how impressive is it for I can't even say all the names, Talu Smith to finish at the age of 36, still pulling it off, winning dubs in hot races, getting it done, going into Tokyo as one of the contenders now, possibly mixing it up for a medal?
This is true. Yeah, she's leaving no names behind. Okay, she's like, I want all my names.
No names.
All the hyphens, all the M dashes. I want them all. So listen to this. So I was in the stadium in 2017 when she won the silver medal over the 100 and silver medal over 200 at the World Championships. In 2019, she won a bronze medal at the 100 meters. Talu has no individual gold medals at the Olympics or the World Championships. And so I'm really impressed, but I find what she can do really well is these circuit races, these one-off races, she's always on fire. When you put her in the testing ground of these rounds and these back-to-back rounds and this hot fire, she is usually one-upped. And I think for her, it's going to be frustrating to go into another championship and this could happen. So I'm seeing good things from her, but I think what she wants, and this is me speaking for her, and what we all want to see as huge fans of her for many, many years, because she was on the scene since 2015, her first World Championships in Beijing, is to see her get that individual gold medal. She's going to be in tough. AB, I'm not going to lie, she's going to be in tough, but I absolutely think if she can continue this kind of momentum, she can do it. It's a matter of putting it all together.
I agree, and it's very impressive that she's doing it at this age, and I'm just glad that there's another sprinter on the circuit running well, but that's older than me, so I don't have to feel like the old dog out here. But what I found even more compelling about the race was what happened with Shericka Jackson and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. They didn't break the 11-second barrier. Do you still believe that they can be in the medal contending and even winning contention in Tokyo with the form that they're currently in? I know they're probably loaded. They had their trials a while ago, and so they probably didn't went into some deep training, getting ready for the next month. But how do you feel about their chances shaking out after this performance?
Yeah, I agree. Their legs are probably heavy. Like you said, they're probably not in any type of taper or anything like that. That's going to be about 10 days or 2 weeks out from their first events. Okay, so let me say this about your queen, SAFP, okay, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She can do no wrong in my eyes. Shelly-Ann does not care what she runs in these meets. All Shelly-Ann needs to do is tinker and tool away. And Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce knows that if she is even within striking distance, that when she gets through those rounds and into the fire of Tokyo, she is dangerous, okay? I'm not scared. She's going to sharpen. She's going to be better. Here's what I'm really impressed with, okay? Shericka Jackson has had this really up and down season. She's injured. She's not injured. She's racing. She's not racing. When I see her running an 11 flat, that is good news. If she can stay healthy, I really do think we're going to see our usual performance and our usual form from Shericka Jackson, which means she is a legitimate global threat. I want to see if she's going to run the 1 or the 2. I just don't really know what she's going to do at the World Championships. Does she risk running all those rounds of the 100 and then going into the 200-meter compromise? Or does she put all her eggs in the one basket of the 200 meters and does that? If I knew, I would tell you what she's going to do, but we'll have to see. Someone else we need to talk about, and this story, I'm already laughing. You see, I crack myself up. We got to talk about Mondo, okay? Can we please talk about Mr. Mondo, okay? Are we sick of him yet? In the best way. In the best way. I'll tell you sick of him, but just let me set it up first, okay? He broke the men's pole vault record for the 13th time in Hungary. Are you superstitious yet? Because this is episode 13 of Trackside. He cleared a height of 6.29 meters. And Aaron Brown, we've talked about this before. Every single time Mondo breaks the record, Puma has to pay up. Since, of course, most elite track athletes like you, Aaron Brown, even yourself, you have these performance clauses where you get bonuses based on what you do. Anyways, it seems, and I stick behind my statement, Puma is sick of him, in the best way, of course. They are just sick of him, okay? On an Instagram post celebrating Mondo's latest record smash, Puma's official Instagram account dropped a very simple comment. It read, please give us a rest. Okay, AB, imagine how much more money Puma would have to give to the Jamaican Federation and their athletes if they didn't have to pay Mondo Duplantis a bag and a half every single time he pinched just a little centimeter or inch off of the world record every time. I mean, come on.
Oh, we're gonna clip this now. The reason why all the Jamaicans went to Turkey is because of Mondo. So, Mondo, you gotta chill out, bro.
Do better.
No, that's the first thing that I feel like we all think about is that world record bonus, because he's done it so many times and we're not surprised that he's doing it. It's just like, wow, another one. He's like DJ Khaled, another one. And when I saw that tweet, I thought of, that one meme, I think it was like a Popeyes worker, and she's out on a break and she's just bent over and it's like, I'm tired, boss. Like, it's just leave us alone. And Mondo's like, nah, you better have my money, like Rihanna said. So shout out to Mondo. I mean, that's just greatness right there. He's in the conversation for the greatest track and field athlete of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're gonna weigh it, but definitely doesn't hurt to have 13 world records under your name and all the golds and titles.
I want to ask
whatever.
you a very stupid question, and I'm admitting it's stupid, but is it boring? Is it boring to anybody? I mean, not his bank account and his accountant, and of course, like generational wealth. But I mean, is it kind of boring? Like,
right.
And why every inch? Like, is he strategic? Like, he's being strategic, but I'm saying, like, why you want to do this? Yeah. Like, why you want? That's stingy, man. Just do it by 5 or 10 or 15.
I think we're numb to it. I'm not going to go ahead and say it's boring, because the only reason why a lot of people tune in to the pole vault is because they want to see how high Mondo's going to go.
Yes.
So he's definitely still a draw, but boring is a little strong, but I think we are numb to it. And I don't know what else he could do besides break more world records.
Do it blindfolded. I'm not impressed.
More compelling.
No, I'm not impressed. Do it blindfolded.
Blindfolded?
Okay. Do it with your eyes closed.
Maybe you have to put the bar on fire or something and have him jump over like Cirque du Soleil or something like that.
Yes. Like a circus act or something like that. Or do something like put spears in between it, and it has to be a circle, and he has to, I don't know.
Or he could do some more one-on-ones and just run down folks like he did with Carson Warholm. Maybe he's just got to switch over to the 100 and take some more names there.
That was fun to watch. Mondo, we're joking. Yeah. We know you're a fan of the show. At least in our heads you are.
Yeah,
we're
shout
just
out
joking,
Mondo.
Sir. Shout out to you. The GOAT. I'm really, really sorry about sounding like a goat. Anyways, time to turn our attention to the upcoming Silesia Diamond League. Now, with the tension still smoldering between Noah and Kenny, remember at the 200 at the U.S. trials, that little dust-up, well, they will now face off in Italy over 100 meters, and this could be epic, okay? Because Kenny, he has the second fastest time in the world in the 100, 9.79, and Noah's best is a solid 10 flat. Now, Aaron, our friend Anson Henry said something funny on his show, Sprint Culture. He said that if these two grown men, he didn't say that, I just added that. He said if these two grown men made up, don't tell him, don't tell us, don't announce it to the world, we don't want to know, because basically that Kung Fu inspired shove seen all around the world is too good, too epic for business. But Anson, because we know you're watching, we have some bad news for you, friend. They actually made up. Yup, they squashed the beef, bro. They took it to the Lord in prayer. These are my words, not theirs. According to Kenny anyways. So Aaron, did this bit of news suck the air out of this really great, sporty melodrama that has captured the world? What do you think?
I don't think so. I think people are still going to be tuned in and they want to see what's going to happen the next time they line up. And it just so happens that it's going to be 100 meters. So a bit of a different change of event, but it's still compelling nonetheless. And then, to spice it up, we got some other matchups in the lineup. And I think what is being glossed over is the fact that we got Noah versus Kashane again, which is the literal tiebreaker from last year.
True.
Obviously Noah got it by a hair, but they both ran the same time. And I'm sure Kashane feels like he should have been the Olympic champion. And we're going to run that back. And then, the rest of the field is no
Noah. You're like glazing over that your fact that your friend shoved the man. Like, Kashane didn't shove Noah. How did Kashane get in it?
He didn't. I mean, I'm just looking at the field, and of course, the main event is going to be Noah versus Kenny. But I don't know. They're running the 100 now, and I feel like that's different. Yes, there's a big shove, and that's going to be the main headline. But it's not the 2, and I feel like I don't have Noah being 100-meter ready yet. So I feel like he'll be ready going into Tokyo, but there's a reason why he chose to go all the way through in the 200 and not the 100 at trials.
Okay, I see it. I'm still going back to the shove quickly. Okay, I'm gonna be petty because I want to talk about it. So okay. I agree with Anton wholeheartedly, and I actually disagree with you. I think the fact that they've now said to everyone, there's nothing to see here, is a little bit boring to me. Like, no, you shouldn't have told us. Do the PR thing off camera, but we want to know that you don't like each other. We want to know that you're going to duke it out. Now, Kenny did still say there's still going to be fireworks. It's still going to be great. But if you guys are like doing all this peacekeeping stuff, then it's not as dramatic. And the sport needs this, okay? The event needs it. We want it. Anyways, okay, now back to Kashane and Co and everybody else. I need to ask you, this is a great transition. I'm so good at this. I want to know, based on this field, okay, because what, Kashane's there, Trayvon's there, Coleman's there. Isn't Courtney Lindsay, your teammate, there as well?
Courtney's there, yeah. Yeah. Is Trayvon in there?
I think Trayvon is. Is he not? He is. Wow. Akeem is there too, I believe. Akeem, who do you have? Yeah. I love doing this to you, okay? Who is your top 3? Who is taking it all? Who do you got?
I believe Kenny's gonna take it.
Bruh.
Of course. I mean, what do you want me to do? He just ran 9.7. It's not like I'm just being biased. I'm going off of like the actual facts. So I'm going Kenny to win, Kashane second, and I really want to say Courtney for a surprise third, but I won't go super homer. There's also Christian. But I'll put Noah third, and then I'll have Christian and Courtney as my dark horses to upset and possibly get into that top 3 as well.
You don't ever pick. You have not learned your lesson since like episode 10. You don't never pick Noah to win nothing. You don't ever pick him to win the gold. But anyways, I'm gonna leave you alone. Why do you think?
No. I picked him against Tobago in what was that, Monaco?
But you were wrong. Oh, did you pick him?
No.
Oh yeah, you were right.
No,
okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay.
I give him some respect.
You did. You did. No, you respect him. I'm not accusing you of that. No, he does. He does.
Yeah.
You want to pick Kenny again? But why do you think Kenny is beating a Kashane who just won another race? What race was he just in? Anyways, he just won something. Why are you?
He was in Budapest.
Yes. Why are you picking him? I want to know. Defend yourself.
Well, okay, because he's just feel like going back to the push, like you said. I feel like he's got that extra motivation. Mm-hmm. Kenny has been undefeated all season. He's been on a wave, and he's had confidence going all season long. And in 19.67 seconds, he almost just lost all the momentum he's been building for the season in the public eye. Now everyone's saying, oh, he's a silver surfer. He'll never beat Noah in the big moments and yada, yada, yada. He's not going to win. He's always going to be second. And so he's hearing all that noise like, hold up. I've been beating everybody that's been put in front of me all season long. Right. One loss, and now you guys are doubting me. So I feel like he's going to have extra motivation going to that 100. I feel like his race pattern this year has been significantly improved. He's going to be hungry. He's run, aside from the first run in Kingston where he ran 10-0 into a headwind, he's been running under 10 all season long. Okay. Noah's only run 10 flat and 10-0 for his season's best. So I can see him beating them. And then you got Kashane, who's looked good and really, really good in Jamaica. Yes. He did look good in Budapest,
Hmm.
but I also saw some weaknesses where that could be exploited by someone like a Kenny. No, I don't even call it weaknesses. I just say
Yeah.
like stuff that he's working on that could be cleaned up. He doesn't look completely
Yeah.
sharp, and it's just like Sharika and Shelly-Ann where they're a little possibly heavy coming out of their trials. They got to get ready and go do some work to get ready for Tokyo. So I just
Yeah.
feel like Kashane's not going to be at full form yet.
Okay.
Neither is Noah, and that's why I got Kenny taking it. But I want to put you on the spot too because I'm only one getting in the fire. Who do you have finishing top 3?
I'm sorry. What is the connection's a little
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Control room. Did you hear something?
Man.
Do you want to hear my predictions? I told you I don't like predictions.
Yeah.
You know why? Backstory. Whatever.
I know, but I get all the smoke, and I'm putting myself out there, so you got to come
know.
with me.
Okay, I won't give as long of a dissertation as you just did, although I like your dissertations. Okay, I will say this. Okay, this is hard. You got Coleman, who is going to be on like a revenge tour after not making the team individually. You got Trayvon Bromell, who just missed out on that individual spot. Gosh, your friend Courtney Lindsay as well has been looking really good. I have to go with Kashane. I just feel like he wants a gold medal, man. This guy is hungry and thirsty. He wants it. To your point, Noah's 100 is not cooked. It's not baked. It's not seasoned enough. He's not ready. It's not time yet. And I do feel like Kenny is probably like a little flat from U.S. trials. And so I go Kashane, Kenny. Do I put Noah in bronze? Do I do this to this man, or do I put in a Coleman or Trayvon? I'm gonna go with Courtney Lindsay for third.
Go Coleman.
No, Courtney, I don't think Coleman's gonna do it. There's too much off the track drama. I'm not gonna talk about it. I just think he's a little distracted.
I mean, he performed well in spite of that at trials.
True.
That actually, he had season's best in both. So
you're right. You're right.
He was above it.
Okay, that's true.
Locked in.
I'm okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna lock in, but I'm going to just.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Well, at least it's on wax now, so we're both going down together.
delete this prediction. Delete it. We're both going down together.
In the women's 100 meters, we've got Melissa Jefferson Wooden, fresh off of a blazing 10:65 at the U.S. trials, number 5 all time, going up against the likes of Americans Sha'Carri Richardson, her teammate, and Jacia Shears, as well as the Jamaican twin turbos Tina and Tia Clayton, who make their return to the circuit. But Perdita, looking at this field, do you think there's anybody who can realistically challenge Melissa Jefferson Wooden in that 100 meters now that Julien Alfred won't be there?
Good question, AB. Okay, so I'm from the GTA, so the Toronto area, and there used to be this franchise called Bad Boys, Furniture Store Appliances. They had this slogan that was so annoying, but it went, "Who's better than Bad Boy? Nobody!"
Nobody. I remember that.
See, you remember that? Listen, that is my answer. Who is better than Melissa Jefferson Wooden? Nobody. And I keep saying it, I'm a proud Canadian St. Lucian, but Julien's not in the race, so I can't pick her. I can't be a homer in that way. But honestly, what I've seen Melissa Jefferson Wooden put down, I think she goes into Tokyo as the woman to beat, and I don't think that's going to change between now and then at all.
Well, I did mention that Julien was supposed to be in the race, but she's out now, whether it's injury or she's just focusing on trying to get better because she saw that 10:65 and was like, whoa, I need more work, I don't know. Is she? I mean, she's a friend of the show, so I'm not going to go too hard on her, but, I ride for my girls on Star Athletics, and Melissa Jefferson Wooden has been that dog this year. So is Julien a little like, ooh, is she afraid? Shaking in her boots a little bit?
Julien Alfred, Juju does not duck. How dare you?
Look, I'm just asking the question. That's all.
I know, I'm giving you a hard time.
Just asking.
I know you're not accusing her. Yeah. I know. You're asking what the fans want to know. I know. But I will say I'm extremely protective of her. And I don't think so. I think her and Flo are getting ready. They're tinkering. They need to do what they got to do. And I think, she also lost her training partner, Dina Asher-Smith, moved back to London from Austin, Texas, where she trained. So maybe they got to recalibrate some things and her prep is going to look a little different. But she ducks nobody. At least I don't think she is. Not right now.
Okay.
And so since we're talking about our faves, okay, and since we're putting each other on the spot about our faves, what do you need to see from your training partner and friend Sha'Carri?
I just want to see her put together a complete race, get that start looking a little stronger, go through her phases, just have a complete race, come out healthy. And if I see anything on the clock that says 10:8 or better, she's right on track. And even beyond that, I just want to see her beat people, take some names and be competitive, get
Yeah.
back, build that confidence up and get in her groove. That's all she really needs is a little sliver of confidence going into Tokyo. She's been dealing with some stuff off the track, and I want to see that she's focused, locked in, put together a strong performance that she can build off of, go into Brussels, improve there, and then she'll be right on track, ready for Tokyo to mix it up with the best, because we know Sha'Carri at her best is one of the best.
This is it. Yeah, I just want to see her, take some names. I don't even care about her time at this point. Just beat some people. Just beat some people. We are going to switch gears completely because we're going to be talking about the men's 1500 meters. How's this for a segue? I've got my eyes on Yared Nuguse, who a few weeks ago failed to qualify for the World Championships. He was 5th at the U.S. trials. He said after the race that he's determined to qualify through the wildcard spot as a Diamond League champion, but he'll have to end the season in the top 10 of the standings just to make it into the final in Zurich. Right now, he's in the 10th spot with 7 points, so every meet will be important to him as he looks to take home the Diamond League crown and secure a place in Tokyo. AB, I still can't believe that we're talking about Nuguse, who, by the way, is world number 2 in the standings.
It's crazy. I mean, I'm so used to saying the goose is on the loose and looking out for Yared because he's always up in the mix and just seeing if he's going to be a medal contender. But now he's on the hunt to get a spot on the team. And it's an unfamiliar position for him. But, he's a gamer, and I believe that he'll step up to the task. And it'll be exciting to see him fight for it. Raise the stakes. That's what's exciting about having the World Championships as the ultimate meet of the year at the end of the season to conclude it. We get scenarios like this where a superstar who we're used to seeing on the big stage has to fight for his way in, and let the games begin. Let's see what Yared can do.
Let's see. I do feel like someone needs to check on our friend Kate Van Busker because she's such a huge fan of Yared Nuguse. Over the time she's been on here, always.
She's in shambles.
Yo, you got to find her, Kate. Love to you, girl. He's going to do it. He can do it for sure.
All right, now let's go over to the 400 meters. I ride with Marilady Paulino, and I'm excited to watch her go head-to-head with Yared Naser in Poland. These two are always the cream of the crop in the women's 400 meters, and this year they'll have a new challenger in Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, who ran a season's best time in the flat 400 of 48.90 seconds at the U.S. trials. So, Perdita, do you think that Sydney's going to be paying extra attention to this race now that she is stepping down from the 400 hurdles to the 4 flats and see what they can do in this 400 coming up in Silesia?
You know what? That's a really good question because she's coached by the legendary Bob Kersey. Now, I've been on the circuit with Bob Kersey and his athletes for a long time. He's probably like, don't look at them. They don't matter. Focus on you and yourself. So she's probably not allowed to look. But if I was Sydney, okay, I'd go find me a little live stream, okay, take my popcorn out, and I'd be watching these girls, okay? I'd be watching. I know Sydney's probably watching. I feel like if Sydney is going to do something in this event, she has to definitely have some reverence and respect for these two women. She has to go through them. Sure. If she's going to win this gold medal over the 400 flat, but I know you and I don't agree on this, but I think Sydney could take both of them or one of them down. I just think she's capable of it, but I just think so.
She's definitely capable for sure. And she's a generational talent. She's up there with Mondo as one of the greatest track athletes we've ever seen. I just put respect on what I've already seen and who's earned the title in the 400 flat. I'm not just going to give it to somebody before they come and earn it. We've seen them line up before. Yeah. And Marilady Paulino pulled out the win. She's run 48-1. I just gave her the respect until she's taken down. So, but speaking of which, I just want to ask you real quick. Did you watch your competitors when you're an athlete and you're active?
So if I was in a major final or a major championship, I rarely watched, like if I was, like say, if you're in heat 5 or heat 3 or something, I wouldn't watch the rounds before me, but I would watch the meets that I wasn't in. For sure, I'd watch it. Okay. And I'm looking at who's doing what. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, I loved it. Because I'm still going to smash you.
Joining us now on Trackside is my relay teammate. Number 2, he ran the backstretch, fellow world champion, Olympic champion, and the newest Canadian champion in the 200 meters, came and stole my title. Damn it, I'm still mad. But Jerome, what's going on, my man? How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. And it's been a long time coming, but yeah, I'm here now.
Listen, we are excited to have you. We are so glad you're here and you're making time. Okay, so first national title. You've also gone sub 20 in the 200 for the first time. But I want to know, what is sweeter, that title and that time, or humbling your friend here, my co-host with the most, Aaron Brown? What was sweeter, Jerome Blake?
I feel like I was gracious. I don't need no humbling.
No, he has been, right, but I felt like winning was more important to me. The time was great because like I was even looking at the clock and I was like, okay, fine, as long as I win, it doesn't really matter. So then I crossed the line. I was like, oh, 19. Okay, cool. I should have run that already, but it's the shirt. I just didn't want to see a next shirt. That's my thing. It's the shirt. Last year I had to live that. I have to see that shirt every day. Just 14-time national champion. I'm not gonna see one more. So that was the plan.
Nice.
Man. See, I knew that threw you guys off, and so you guys are coming from my head this year, and you guys knocked me off finally. But Jerome, this year you broken the 10-second barrier, you broken the 20-second barrier. When Anson was on the show and he made the prediction, he said that you just sound different, you move different, you look different. What is it this season that's been so different for you, like mentality wise? That's always been your thing. Is you've always had the talent, but it's always been the mental on the game day to just put it together and show the world what you can do. Because we've trained together and I've seen what you can do at practice, and I've seen what
Right.
you've done on relay legs and stuff like that. But in the individual events, it's finally clicking for you. What's different this season?
I think the most important thing is understanding, right? Like I understand what I need to do and how I need to do it. You 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 finally get to a point where you understand what you're good at and what you're not good at and what you shouldn't really overemphasize. For me, I know I'm not a great starter, but my start is good enough, so I don't need to overemphasize on certain things. But I've spent a lot of time this past offseason just working on different things with my coach and the mental side of the game. It was more or less just if you train hard and the numbers look good in training, you don't really need anything else. And you know, I'm running comfortably and I've been healthy, and that's the most important thing. And I'm just enjoying the process again. The process is easier now to me.
That's good to hear. So you've been part of this reload program for a while, but not as long as our friend Aaron Brown. But I feel like Aaron's so humble sometimes. But I want to know from your point of view, right? Like he put the Canadian flag on your back. From your point of view, what is something that you admire about Aaron that he might not know that maybe you've never told him? I mean, I'm not trying to create a moment here, but you know what I mean. I'd love to know
Right.
from your perspective what that is.
Honestly, like it's no reason to lie. He's been one of like him and Brennan have been the two people who've always they've always been honest with me, right? Like I remember when I just came in and I was like, hey, like what are the steps I need to take? And the first thing he said, you need to get an agent. And he sent me this list and said, go from here and just pick a bunch of people and send them emails. So I did that. And then once I got in touch with an agent, I kept asking him questions. And he never he's always responding, always telling me the good things. I remember before I went to the group, actually, I was like, hey, how do I come train with you? He said, you got to be a Nike athlete. 3 months later, I was like, hey, can you pick me up from the airport? So it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a full circle moment, man, because I remember when we were both with RBC and you were like a mentee for me and they appointed me with different people, and now look at you. You're the, champion in the 200 meters going into Worlds as one of the hot contenders.
I'm curious to hear your take on this, Jerome, and even Aaron's, yours, if you can tack on. So your anchor, Andre DeGrasse is not going to be at NACAC. I believe he's out with injury
Right.
and trying to get ready for World Championships. But how do you now see the relay? Like, what are you guys going to do in the Bahamas? How does that change things for you? What is that approach now?
It doesn't, because so this is the thing. I've been
Andre
saying this
on the
for
relay
years.
doesn't change anything? What do you mean?
So because there's guys that are there that have run just as fast, but no one hasn't seen them. That's the thing. With Andre on the relay, we know once he gets the baton in a certain position, ain't nobody run down Dre, right? He's just that guy. But there is some younger guys there who are very talented and they're very good too. So we know if you put them in a good position, they'll run a very good leg. And they've been there long enough. They've had the time to train and understand what the process is when it
Can you
comes
give
to
us some names?
there's Eli,
Yes.
there's Malachi, there's Dwayne. I know Eli is one of those guys who I know for a fact he's a very good anchor leg runner. I know he's gonna get his opportunity to run here, and I think at least I would hope. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think he's one of those guys who's very talented. He's ran 10-0 a bunch in the 100 meters, so and also a 9 windy too. So he's very good. So I'm looking forward to see what he does if he gets his opportunity.
But we have to be able to have plug and play guys that can step up and get into the relay. So this is a really good opportunity for them to get some experience, get their feet wet, and see what they can do in the fire. Because you can have all the speed in the world, but if you can't do it and we can't trust you to run a good leg, get off the mark on time and do what you have to do with all the competition around you, it's hard to put you out there. So this will be a good test. And, if we have to go to the World Championships and mix things up there as well, at least now we have a chance to try it out early. So I'm excited to see what they can do. And like Jerome said, Eli's a really good anchor. He ran about the same split in World Relays this year when he was running the mixed relay as Andre did on the anchor. A lot of people don't know that, but, they both ran 8-0. So, Andre is a gamer and he will raise his ceiling no matter if he has COVID, pneumonia, whatever. It doesn't matter what form Andre's in. In that final, Andre's going to run. And that builds a level of trust with us and the rest of the relay program. In order for us to get that same level of trust in other people, they're going to have to prove it in moments like this.
What I did was I got my opportunity and I took it. Right. Like I forced them to move Aaron somewhere else. That's what you have to do. You want somebody's position, force them to move somebody somewhere else.
Go get it.
So that's what it is. You can't just say, oh, I'm the Canadian champ. Technically, you won the race, but on paper, I'm still the guy. But it is what it is. I'll allow it until next year, but it is what it is. He won. I wasn't there, so but on paper,
it's true. Okay, quickly, people are gonna be sick of me. I'm already sick of me. But Jerome, I have to ask you this question. I'm sick of me.
Right.
The greatest relay team. They're like, Perdita, why are you doing this to these? Why are you asking this? 1996, 2024. Right. The people are gonna be over me, but I need to ask it to you. Who gets your vote?
I'm riding with my guys. Me, Brendan, Andre, and Aaron. I mean, that's it. It's I'm riding with my guys because at the end of the day, I feel like they've done so much really cool things and they've paved the way for us. But in a sense, we're in an era where our team has been together longer and we've won more races accumulatively than they did overall as a team. That is the same 4 people has been together and ran longer and has won more races than they did in their time. So I think we're the better team. I think we deserve a statue.
Where would you put the statue? Where's the statue going?
I think wherever it fits. I think anywhere it fits in the country. I think we deserve one of those like 4 horsemen type statues for all 4 of us.
All right, Jerome Blake. I like that. This is fun. We're going to be in trouble after this, but we like it. It's all good. Thanks, Jerome Blake.
And the 3-day Senior NACAC Athletics Championships gets underway this Friday in the Bahamas. Canada's 30-member team will include freshly minted national champions Jerome Blake, Audrey Leduc, Sarah Minton, along with yours truly. It's a crucial stop for Team Canada ahead of next month's World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, and I can't wait. We'll have a full reaction to the NACAC Championships next week on Trackside.
Do you see this cheesy smile, everybody? Okay, it only took 13 episodes. I mean, what have our producers been doing behind the scenes? But we finally have a 100-meter hurdler on our show.
Come on, man. You've been slacking.
Olympic bronze medalist representing Jamaica, the lovely, the talented Megan Tapper. Thank you so much for being here and making some time. Okay, listen, I'm going to let the people know. You just dropped a lifetime best to win the Jamaican trials, 12.34. You also, because, I'm counting your bags. You also just signed a contract with Adidas. What have the last 6 weeks been like for you? I can only imagine.
What have the last 6 weeks been like? It's been a roller coaster, but not for the things that you said. Those things actually made it way easier, which I am so grateful for. Training has been kicking my butt.
You're getting ready.
I am. And then I'm getting ready to race. I'm leaving for Silesia, Poland tomorrow. And so trying to get ready while loaded and everything else happening at once is a lot, but I was built for this, so yeah.
Good. Well, Megan, I'll be in Tokyo as well with you, so I'll see you there.
Yes.
But before then, I wish you all the best in your Diamond League meets. But let's take it back to Tokyo, back in 2021, where you won an Olympic medal, that huge moment for you, being the first Jamaican to medal in the event and the first Caribbean woman to medal in the event as well. What's that like for you? How does that feel? Like, what does it feel like when I say that?
Relief. It feels like complete and utter relief. I always knew that I was capable of doing good things, of running fast enough times, of medaling in races. So it was a big relief to have gotten the opportunity to do that and seized it with everything I had. A lot of people, I always talk about my circle and my support. A lot of people pour into me, and it was just a big relief to finally bring them something that time around. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So Megan, quickly, how tall are you, by the way?
I am 5 foot and 3/4 inches.
Don't short her on the change. Give her that change.
You better take that quarter.
You want so 3/4, yeah.
That's exactly it. Because I'm 5'5" and a half. And I wonder if this ever happens to you, because you are, if you look at you, right? Like, you are powerful, but you are, conventionally a little bit shorter, right? Than what people think a 100-meter hurdler should be. But do people see you and say, I think you should be taller? I thought you were taller. You look taller on TV. Does that happen to you? Because it always happens to me.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, no, they think I am bigger on TV.
This is what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on. So they're like, hold on. Why am I not remembering? I guess I haven't been in Jamaica for so long. I don't remember what people say to me, but it's constant. As long as they notice me, they're like, are you small? Or I never knew you were so small. Yes. What you said. Yes.
Well, since we have a 100-meter hurdler on the show, and Perdita obviously did that back in the day, I want to ask both of you, and I'll get your take on both of this. A lot of people have had that controversial take that the women's height of the hurdle should be raised. How do you guys feel about that, especially with you being on the shorter end of the hurdlers? How do you feel about when people say that?
Okay, so, and I'm curious to see if you agree with me. I think they should be raised. I think I do. 33 inches is great. I think it's fine. I think it would clean up our form for some people. I think it would also challenge us a little bit more. It would also take the event in a different direction. Or maybe you do both. Maybe you have the 33-inch hurdles and you have the 36 inch hurdles. Swimmers have all these kind of different strokes. We can have all these different kind of heights. I'm for it. But maybe don't lose the 33-inch hurdles. Maybe not. Megan, what do you say?
Well, I don't know if I could do 36-inch hurdle racing though. That's my only thing.
You've never done them in practice? We used to train them in practice. You never done those in practice? Over height? Like oversized?
No.
Why would you raise it? How does that help?
Is over height for me.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah. How does that help, P? Why would you raise it in practice?
Yeah, so it's the same thing when you overtrain. If you were to do if you're a 100-meter runner, you do 300 because it just makes you stronger and sharper for when you cut down to your actual distance. So when you do 36, it actually forces your takeoff and your technique to be cleaner, and then you can apply that to 33 inch. So we would do that, not at 3 steps, but at 5 steps. But Megan, you're right. I think because you are quite shorter and still powerfully built, I think 36 would probably be too much for you to do in practice. That makes sense.
A little bit too much.
Yeah. So you're not a fan.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, I don't limit myself at all.
True.
So let me not say I don't think I would be able to do it. It's just I'm so seasoned and set in my ways right now. To accept a change would just be disrupting the whole system for me. And I'm not really for that right now because I'm too old. At this point, I'm too old to change.
Aaron's just making trouble for us. Aaron, stop this. Where did you get that question from?
My bad. I know. I had to mix it up because we got hurlers in the mist, so I'm adding a little controversy. But we'll stick with the 33s, and let's look forward to your next couple meets before Tokyo. You got some competitive fields. I feel like the hurlers, especially the women, every field is competitive, so I don't even feel different saying that. But you guys act like it's the Olympic final every time you line up. But how do you look at these races going into Tokyo and just the overall mindset going into really competitive fields that are always stacked up in these women's 100-meter hurdle races?
So I'm realizing that I compartmentalize when it comes to my event. So when I watch them race, and then when I race, it's like I'm two different people. So when I watch them race and I see the 12 twos and the 12 two lows and the 12 ones, well, I didn't watch that race. I was actually in that race. But when I see that, it's like, what?
Girl,
what's going on?
this
Who
is
are
it.
these people? What are they doing?
Girl.
And then when I'm in the race, it's like, it's anybody's race.
Yep.
You did that yesterday. You did that in the race before, but we're
Do it
at the
against
starting
me.
line. Everybody's at 0. Not just do it against me, but everybody right
Yeah.
now is at 0.
Right.
And so it doesn't matter what you did in the race before. It's 8 people lining up at this time to get the best result. So yeah, it's 2 different people watching and experiencing 2 different things. Because how do you,
Girl.
like,
Right?
how do you even
Tell it.
when I stopped competing and I look back at what I was going through, like just thinking about it now, what I'm going through, like all of these hurdles doing what they're doing, including me, it's like, bro, you stood in the fire and you never let it like get to you, and that's cool.
I have people saying 12-6, 12-7 is slow. I'm like, what?
It is.
Like, that's what they're saying,
It
though.
is.
But back in my
Damn.
day, that 12-6, 12-7 would win you a medal. Like, if you look at the bronze medals that have been won, 12-6, 12-7 could get you a little something on the podium. Now, can't do it.
Listen.
I want to ask you
Listen.
one last thing.
Sorry.
When you look ahead to the World Championships in Tokyo, what is your heart's greatest desire? I know it must be gold, World Championship title, but for you, like, what is that internal mechanism? Like, I will go there, and if I do this, I will leave happy. What is that?
Everything. I want everything. I want the execution. I want the times. I want the medal. I want a clean race for everybody. I want to shine. I want to, inspire. I want to motivate. I want somebody to come to me and say, listen, I showed up because I saw how you did and how you rose to the occasion and how you put yourself out there, even though everybody counted you out, even though everybody didn't, put you like in the mix or anything. So yeah, I want it all. I want it absolutely all. And for the past couple years since Tokyo, I went through a little phase where I'm like, okay, I know I am destined for more. Leading up to Tokyo, I was like, I know I'm destined for more. I know that I can do this. I know that I can be one of the best hurdlers in the world. Yep. And then when Tokyo finished, I'm like, is this it? Yeah. I've totally forgot what I was talking about, but yeah.
No, I feel like you just took us to church, girl. I just feel like I could be at your altar all day and listen to you preach, okay? And you know what I thought was really lovely that I caught in your response, your answer? You said, I hope for a clean race for everybody. And as hurdlers, we understand what that means, right? We're in this together. I think that's really beautiful about your spirit. Okay, Megan Tapper, thank you for tapping in. I wrote that line. I like that line. Bars. Thank you for your honesty, your candor. We wish you the absolute best. Aaron's going to be there. And of course, I know he'll be rooting for you on all our behalves. Yes. But thank you so much. And good luck in Poland.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, guys. It was an absolute blast. And I wish you guys the very best for this.
Appreciate it. All the best.
Thank you. The latest Diamond League stop in Silesia will be epic as global champions stake their claim on the road to the final. The women's sprint hurdles will feature Jamaican stars Megan Tapper and Yared Nuguse, world record holder Toby Amusan, and Olympic champion Masai Russell. Americans Melissa Jefferson Wooden and Sha'Carri Richardson will clash in the 100. While the men's 100 includes Kashane Thompson, Kenny Bednarek, and Noah Lyles. The action starts at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific this Saturday, only on CBC Gem. Of course, we can't have a Trackside episode without shoutouts. And AB, this week, I am taking you on a trip to Italia. This is a name we should remember, Kerley Douala. Because at just 15 years old, she's rewriting Italy's youth records. Over the weekend, she ran an outstanding 11:22 to take gold at the European Under-20 Championships held in Finland, the youngest ever to claim the title. Her time was just a fraction outside her continental record of 11:21. And get this, that 11:21 makes her the joint third fastest Italian ever. In her post-race interview with European Athletics, she said something pretty cool. My mom is a big fan of Shelly Ann Fraser-Pryce, so my middle name is also Ann. That's cool, yeah? That's a cool thing.
I like that. Yeah, Kerley Ann Douala. I like it. It's got a nice ring to it. And I think the dopest part is the fact that Shelly Ann's still running at her big age. You know, I'm not trying to say it as an offensive way. I'm saying it in a respective way. Yeah. The fact that she's still running and got girls who are 15 years old who looked up to her, who have been named after her, and Shelly's still out there doing her thing. But shout out to Kerley, Kerley, I like it. Passing off from one great to another potentially, and 11-2 at 15 years old. That's smoking.
Yes.
And I just want to see the youth come up and do big things. But again, shout out to Shelly-Ann just for keeping it going. That's a huge legacy.
Because she is as old as Shelly-Ann's career, like just a little bit younger than it. So that's how long she's been
That's
around.
how long she's been great.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely right. Okay, episode 13. How you feel about it? You feel good?
Man, we thought it was going to be a slow week, but it's never a dull moment in track and field. And I feel like, episode 13, we need a name for our fans. I was thinking, I was workshopping a little bit.
Yes.
What do you think about tracksiders or side pieces or side chicks?
Side pieces. Side pieces.
Side pieces? Shout out to our side pieces.
Or do we put a vote up on YouTube?
For another hot episode.
This is true. Or AB, do we ask our producers to put, because I like all three, do they put a vote in and we get them to vote? Should we do that?
Put a poll in.
Let's put a poll in. But what's your vote right now?
Or suggest another one if they think even better. I kind of like side pieces. I'm not going to lie to you.
I like side pieces. I like it. Yeah, our people on the side. Okay, episode 13. Although I'm getting a little sad because this season of Trackside is almost wrapping up because, of course, you'll be going to compete at the World Championships. Of course, we'll have all this coverage. I'll be around. We'll be around. It's fine. But this actual iteration is kind of wrapping up.
I know. It sucks. But it's just all the more reason to have a season 2, right? Get our producers on board, shop it a little bit.
Yes.
Fans, tap it in the comments. Let them know, bring us back. The numbers have been growing. We're getting that momentum. Yes, I think we need our side pieces to tap in and bring the show back for season 2.
Yes, and CBC, get your money up because we need a season 2. Okay.
Yes.
We'll see you next Thursday. Bye.